Louisiana, and you're watching Eclectic Arts.
So yes, we can do this. We cannot do this.
I mean, you just put so much effort and care into what you do, and it really shows.
How did this get here?
I'm happy to be a part of the legacy you're building with Eclectic Arts.
Same.
I need to be outside. That's my office.
I know we're from Alabama, but we do read a couple books now and again. We've been known for reading.
Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. I'm Mark Sugiyama from Eclectic Arts, based here in Seattle, Washington. And thank you so much for joining me on this 29th of July here, 2022. So it's Friday evening around 9:31 p.m. And for those that joined at 9 p.m. again, thank you so much for your patience. I blame the internet because the time difference didn't show 13 hours, it showed 14 hours. So luckily, the band was able to kind of hurry up and kind of get things together so that we can do the interview. And so I really appreciate that they were able to jump on what's actually early for them. And for those of you that, again, that have been waiting, I really appreciate your patience. If you would like to join the chat and ask the band a question, I already have one question that came through the chat. All you have to do is subscribe to my YouTube channel, and that should give you almost instant access to ask questions. Please be aware that any questions that come through the chat, only I can see. The guests can't see them, so I will ask them. I can put them on the screen and all that kind of thing, but it seems to work out better for my guests that way when I'm kind of filtering through the questions. So feel free to put as many questions as you want in there. I love having input from the fans, and sometimes that becomes the whole interview. I barely have anything to say. Just so that I can let people know what's coming up next for me in this virtual world is on Wednesday. I have another guest coming back from last year, Julia Kahn, who's a really great singer-songwriter from, she's based out of Nashville. And we had a really great discussion last year, and I've been trying to reconnect with her, and she's got a new single coming out. So we're gonna get a chance to reconnect. This is gonna be on Wednesday, the 3rd of August at 7 p.m. Pacific. So if you'd like to know what I have coming up, you can always, again, subscribe to the channel. You can hit the notification bell so you kind of know what I have coming up. If you would like to know more specific details and see some of the highlights of everything, please follow me as Eclectic Arts Media, one word, on Instagram. That's where I post everything first, and then some of that information migrates over to other social media platforms. And if you're on the Twitch side of things, I should also mention that please follow me over there. I notice I have a few more followers now through Twitch. That's where I started this whole virtual work a little over 2 years ago with the wonderful band Alice. And so I will always maintain a presence there on Twitch. All right, well, hey, it's Friday evening over here. It's been freaking warm and hot here in the Seattle area from Tuesday on. It's been about, let's see, for Celsius, folks, it'd be about 35 degrees Celsius. So we might hit a record if we stay this way all the way through Sunday for consecutive days of heat. Again, we're not LA or Arizona or pretty much any other part of the US. We're used to mild climate around here, but it's actually not too horrible. I've got a fan on me right now. You can kind of see this thing, or this thing over here kind of blowing around. But I am so excited to have my guests back. And again, for people, once we're done with this live stream, I have had the pleasure of speaking with these guests before. Both of those live streams are on my YouTube channel from last year, so you can go back and watch those and have a whole fiesta of this guest and things that we've talked about. All right, enough from me. My guests today joined me last year to initially talk about the new album at the time, Ritual, on Napalm Records. They returned for a second interview last September 2021. It is my great pleasure to welcome back to the Eclectic Arts Virtual Studio, Natalya and Anatoly, NYTT LAND. Hello.
Hi.
How are both of you?
Yes, we are well. So it's just morning here. We are living in future. It's a Saturday morning. So in future, all is the same. So
Yeah, no, it's so good to see you guys again and have you joining me. Yeah, and like you said, it's Saturday morning over there, and it's Friday evening there, and on the East Coast of the U.S. it just turned to Saturday. It's like 12:35 over on the
Wow.
East Coast. So all these kind of weird time zone things, and so there's lots to discuss since we last talked, and so the first thing that came through, I'll just kind of go through some of the things that came through the chat, which is Bonnie was asking, who are your biggest music influences? So let's kind of jump in there.
Our biggest music influences, so classical music, I think. It's classical music and classical hard rock music. It's like in the United States, you call this music like dead music. That music, yes, that music. It's music of fathers. So yes, because last year, one journalist from United States told me the music you in United States you call this music like father music. So it's hard rock of 17 and of course yes, it's classical music, classical composers of 19th century and early. So it's main influences.
Okay, yeah, that's interesting about the dad rock, that kind of thing. That's probably what I grew up with because I'm kind of old. So
yeah.
And so again, for folks that if you want to ask questions through Twitch or through YouTube, go ahead and put it into the chat. And then I do see from both platforms. So I'm seeing some other people are starting to join us right now. What I would like to ask you is that, again, we talked last September of 2021, and then you've had a chance to perform live several places. So, but what was that first concert like to be back on stage after like 2.5 years? What was that concert like for you?
Yes. The first concert for last maybe 3 years. It was this June. It's June 5 in France, in Summer Rock Festival in France. It's a folk rock festival. We played very short. We played just 30 minutes, but it was our first for last 3 years. It's it first. I don't mean because we last year we played our live stream concert, but for I mean for people for
real people,
for real people, not for online. So for real people, it was last first concert for last 3 years in France this summer. It was some strange experience because we did not play the concert 2.5 years. We did not play the concert for people. It's like reborn and the first concert in your life.
Yeah. So if it's been so long since you performed a concert, were you nervous at all? Were you just excited? Both? What kind of feelings were going on when you stepped on stage again?
Oh, not nervous. Maybe some strange feelings. Not nervous because it's. Скажите.
Не, ну ты как бы вдохновилась.
It's yes, it's like the some как вдохновение. Sometimes we speak in Russian, so it's not. It's like we finally find this energy again, feel this energy again, and it's help us. It's we was after this we were full of this energy to make music, to play again, and it was some fantastic experience to finally back to stage, back to play concert, live concert for people. And after we played 4-5 concerts this June, it was festivals, it was concerts. It's fantastic experience, fantastic feelings, especially after 2.5 years sitting home.
Yeah, and also, like you said, for your concerts to return to the stage, you're playing festivals, so you're playing big places too. So you had that on top of all these people and thousands
Yeah.
of people watching you. So that energy exchange going back and
Yes.
forth,
Yes.
that must have been amazing. And I see a question came through about they're asking Natalia. They're asking about your makeup that you wear on stage. How do you come up with your makeup?
Что?
Ну, про свой макияж на сцене.
Что?
Расскажи.
Что я про него расскажу? Sorry, my English is not very good. I need translator.
No, that's fine.
Ну, а что рассказать?
So, ну,
Ну, как мой макияж, он основывается на шаманизме, на традиционном
говори
шаманизме.
вот про это.
Переведи.
So, okay, I will help Natasha. Natasha's makeup, it's traditional it's traditional ornaments for faces, ornaments for our Siberian tribes, indigenous Siberian tribes. It's native tribes living here right now, and they keep this tradition. And it's a ritual Siberian tribes makeup for rituals. And yes, and Natasha just used maybe some elements for make it more interesting for concerts.
Yeah.
But it's all ornaments, all lines and points. It's and colors. Yes, and colors. Yes, colors. We use only black and white because traditional our tribes use not only black and white. They use also the red and the blue colors. We use only red, black and white. So it's for us. It's our ideas for use it. But the lines, the points on the faces, like the masks, it's yes, it's like the mask for, because on the stage we are not Anatoly and Natalya. On the stage we are something another, you know that.
Ну, это как у шаманов, то есть они надевают маску, потому что они духи, а не люди.
Yes, it's like the shamans. Shaman put his mask on face to call with the spirits, to call with the yes, to call with the spirits. And this mask, it's helps shaman be to be the
not a person, but to start to be also spirit. Чтобы говорить.
Yes. Yes.
So, okay, no, that makes sense. That to go along with the music, that you want the look, the spirit of everything needs to come together as one presentation to the audience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I see another question came in. Wow, we got quite a few questions. Any warm-up exercise tips for throat singing?
Can you repeat, please?
Yeah, they're asking about any warm-up exercise tips for throat singing. So what do you do to warm up before you throat sing?
Я сейчас не смогу.
Natasha.
I'm a little bit sick now.
Yes, Natasha. After yes, Natasha last week had the COVID.
Yeah.
So yeah, has no. Right now she's
It's
better.
okay,
But yes, right now it's not best. Not best time for show. I can show you some. I can show some exercises for warm up for throat singing. You know, it just can find the typical. It's throat singing exercises. It's the same like the vocal warm up exercises. You just need to work with your stomach, work with your breath, just because the throat singing, like the another different styles of singing, it's based on the breath by your stomach, not your chest. You need to take more air in your stomach and different exercises with with to use your stomach, not use the chest for breath. And my basic exercise just for warm your neck. And yes, and it's very important when you start in practice throat singing. You don't keep your neck from the напряжение.
Tension.
From tension, yes. No, you don't must have tension in your neck when you practice throat singing. Just my neck is soft, not tension, and
Okay.
you just need practice. The как храп.
Snore.
You just sitting and without use your voice. It's important because last month we had the workshop in Italy, 4 days workshop for throat singing, and the one of main mistakes was with the new guys who start practicing it with us. It was the one main mistake. They try use their voice. We don't use voice. We use just breath and the vibration here, and it's all. It's so just practice your stomach breath, not chest but stomach. Just relax your neck and snoring without use your voice, and after you just put more energy and your sound board.
Okay.
So, and we on our YouTube channel, so you can find exercises. Natasha explain exercises with throat singing. It's the same like I show you this right now.
Okay, no, that's fascinating. That's really good. Thanks for the question, those from the fan in the chat. And it's interesting too that the warm up technique, like you said, to have the neck relax and you're singing from the stomach and not, it's similar things like if you're going to be singing opera or singing other styles, that you have to warm up and use the right things properly. Otherwise, you'll ruin your vocal cords and other parts of your body, really.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it's the same practice for warm up. It's the same like in any vocal techniques. So you just can find the YouTube videos for warm up for vocal, and it helps.
Okay, and let me see. I've heard you go back and forth between Natalya and Natasha. Is it kind of the same difference? I kept thinking, did I get the name wrong when I introduced?
It is in Russia. Natalya, it is like official, and Natasha, it is for friends, for family. It is not official name.
Okay, good.
Yes, in Russian language, Natalya and Natasha, it is one name.
Okay, good, because I'm like, I was looking at my intro and then I heard you say Natasha a few times. I'm like, did I just introduce her as Natalya and say the wrong name? And I was like, oh gosh, how embarrassing.
Natalya, it's in passport.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. And Natalya, I hope that you feel better soon. We have a lot of people over here in my area that have gotten COVID, so it's spreading around a lot here. And things are still happening though. We're still going to concerts. We're still doing everything. But yeah, so I hope you get well soon.
Yeah, I think so.
And let's see. Hi, Ove. Good to see you. So you're saying hi in the chat. And I see someone saying that Blood of the North is a great song.
And Blood of the North, yes, it's instrumental.
Yeah, and saying, Ugra, this song made me feel like I was listening to my ancestors. Very nice. So this kind of brings up a question. So since Ritual came out over a year ago, how do you feel about the album now that's been, so long?
So maybe after 1 year, for us, it's one of our favorite album. Yes, because I think it's one of the most I think it's one of the new
Step.
new basic album, because the previous for us it must be Odal, and after Odal it's
It was many experiments.
yes,
Yeah.
yes. After Fimbul Winter and Odal, it was our basic albums before. But right now, for next level, for next step, it's our new experience. Because the Ritual album gave us a lot of new experience, new vision of music, new interesting things than we use in our new songs, because we already have new songs. We already have the new. We are right now. We are working on next album, and it will be not the same like the Ritual, but the next album next album is based on Ritual album experience, so I can say it. So, and also we have the we have the we working with our label, with Napalm Records. We're working on something new in maybe soon. We will show you the another side of NYTT LAND. So it's very interesting work. It's very interesting experience, and for us, and I think especially it will be interesting for American people. I cannot open all cards, but yes, we're working on the very, very something special, and it will be something very different from all you can image what we can do. So, but in any case, it will be NYTT LAND. So it's it's not next album. it's something interesting we prepare. But next album, in any case, we will stay in NYTT LAND. In any case, it will be throat singing. It will be our instruments and our songs. And in any case, it will be songs of native tribes of Siberia and the tribes, all the interesting cultures for us, for our discovering. So
okay, so it sounds like you're gonna the new album will be building off of Ritual.
yes.
So it's gonna be different, but have that foundation. But then there's also gonna be something else that, and you got me really curious, that the American fans might really kind of take an interest in, but it's something separate from the new album. Okay, got it.
Yes, but it will be NYTT LAND. In any case, it will be weird too. So Natasha calls all ideas, all music, all songs, and it's Natasha. I'm just sitting and put on the buttons. I'm playing on my instrument, but all music is Natasha's music.
Okay. Well, and they say that's kind of true of some. I'm thinking about like Eddie Van Halen. That his brother Alex had said it didn't matter what instrument he played. If he played a tuba, it still sounded like Eddie Van Halen, and that this sounds like no matter what realm you go into, it's still going to be NYTT LAND. And yeah, and I see someone's asking about who is your favorite Norse god.
Our favorite, favorite Norse god.
Norse god.
You mean in it's
В Marvel, в Marvel Thor.
no, that's not. That's a joke about the Marvel guy.
Yeah, about Thor, the hammer.
So now, if we will be seriously, so we are Siberians. So we are, for us, we are.
Как это объяснить? Нет
We are-
любви, каждый бог на своем месте.
Yes,
То есть
because
каждый
it's
выполняет
it
единый
can
организм.
yes, it cannot be like, you know, who is your favorite Marvel character, you know, superhero. No, yes, every because I will explain like in our tradition, in Siberia tradition, every place, every things, every this wood, yes, the steel, they have every part of our universe, uh, our small Siberian universe, you know. The- every part of this have their own spirit keeper, and all life around us have their own energy, and a lot of spirits, and every spirit on his place. And the same in Norse mythology and another different mythologies, that every god and spirit on his place, and we cannot find our favorite. So
It is one universe.
yes, because
Yeah.
it's one. They all gods, all spirits. We don't have the favorite. We have only life around us, universe around us. They're full of spirits and gods of different places, and we must be respectful for every one of him. Not matter it's a spirit of God of the tree, of the, I don't know, of the stone, of the river or lake. It's we must be respectful for every one of him. And the same in the no matter. It can be Africa, it can be Scandinavia, it can be Siberia, for spirits and gods of every place. So we don't have favorite. We respect all of them.
No, that makes sense. So Ove, he's the one who asked the question. He said, "Yeah, it makes sense as well. That you can't pick something. It's got to be. It's the whole thing. It's everything
Yes.
works
Yes.
together." As Natasha was saying about it being the universe, that there's one of them, and you can't say, "Well, I only like this part of it." It's like no, it's all of it. And I'm just kind of curious that when you're talking about the Siberian tribes and your ancestors and the universe and everything else around, it sounds really, really similar to me, at least, to how the Native American culture is and how they respect the earth. They respect the things around them. They try to give back. They try not to take away from things. They try to live with the land, not on the land.
Yes.
Is that similar?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. It's the same because, and I don't remember we last time we talked about it, but the Native American tribes, it's very close connections with the Native Siberian tribes, because the tribes, the American tribes, the ancestors, it's Siberian tribes. It's in the ice ages, the tribes living here in Siberia, when the ice ages, they move in by the ice bridge to American territory. And right now, the tribes living in America, they coming from Siberia and the western, eastern, and central Siberia in the lot of thousand years ago, during the ice ages. They looking for the best places for hunting, for fishing, for living, and they going from the cold and icy Siberian territory to American lands. So this is why the cultures of American tribes is very, very understandable for us, very close for us, and we are very interesting for us. So yes, this is why the same. We live in we live in like the part of this land, not like the masters, not like the lords of this land. We just a small part of this universe around us.
Yeah, well, thank you for reminding me about my history, because clearly I forgot about them coming over that bridge. And I've had the chance to interview a handful of Native American guests on here, and they talk about something really similar. So that's when you're talking, I'm like, that sounds really similar to what other people are saying. My sister-in-law is also Native, grew up on the reservation down in Arizona, the whole bit. She's Navajo tribe, which brings me to a question, and maybe you don't know the answer to this. When are you coming to the United States to play?
It's the situation. It's not always, как не всегда зависит от нас.
Мы не можем на это повлиять. Мы не можем изменить ситуацию.
Yes, we not always the masters of the situation. Not so. Yes, this year we have the plans for this October for touring for United States, for big tour for Canada and United States, but the world situation right now it's very strange. It's very sometimes it's very terrible. So and the politics have the different make the problems sometimes for people for traveling. So and right now in Siberia or in Russia we live very in central part of very great territory of Russia, and we don't have we cannot make visas for travel for United States. So right now it's just one problem: we cannot make visas. So because we don't have the places for making visas. So it's just one problem, because we already have plans for this year for touring, but
Okay.
So in October we will have the 5 or 6 concerts. I cannot remember right now. I need to check in Latin America. So we will play 2 concerts in Mexico. We will play concerts in Colombia and Chile. So, and this is why when we announced the concerts in Mexico, we also invite our American friends, the people who love our music, the people who want to meet with us to see our concerts and to just to meet and have the good time with us. We invite all of you to our Mexican concerts. So it's most close to for you, and it's this year. In any case, this year it will be most close our concert to United States. So we will be very glad to see all our American friends on these concerts.
Okay, and that makes sense that there's some visa issues being able to travel to America, but you're able to travel to Mexico and South America.
Yes, because the Russia and the Latin American countries don't need visas for traveling. So we don't need visas for travel to Latin American countries. We don't need visas for Mexico, any Latin American countries. But for United States, we need not only it's not simple visas. We need special visas for touring, for musicians, for working. Yes, for working permissions, and it's little problem right now to make these visas.
Yeah, no, and it's understandable for people out there here in the United States that are watching this right now. If you're not familiar with what bands that are international have to go through to be able to come here, it's a lot of work. You have to do it, well in advance, because it takes so much time to process everything.
Yes.
Yeah, there's been several bands that were planning on coming here this year. They're like, maybe 2023, because they're not going to be able to make it.
Yes, I can say the same. Maybe in the 23, maybe in 24, because we don't know what will be in the next month.
Yeah.
Right.
So for right now, we are preparing for big concerts in Latin Americans. we make the new songs, so the people who come into this concert will hear also the songs from the next album. We will play, yes, we will play 2 new songs from next album on this concert, because we will present these songs this August on Midgard's Blood Festival in Norway. We will present 2 new songs from next album. And these songs we will play also in Latin Americans concerts.
Nice. So there you go. So if you're, nearby, or not even nearby, if you want to fly to Mexico or South America, like you said, in Norway, you're going to get a treat. You get to hear a preview of some new music that's not even released yet from the upcoming album. So as a fan, I love that kind of thing when I'm there and I get to hear songs that I know, and then, oh, here's a new one that we haven't recorded yet. It's like, oh, this is kind of cool. And you've already kind of mentioned that you're going to be it won't be the same as Ritual, but you're just going to be kind of growing from that foundation of Ritual.
Yes.
So are you in the process of recording those songs right now in your home studio?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, Natasha working with music, and we make the base of songs. So instruments, arrangements, the sound of instruments. So, yes, we are in process and working.
Okay, and is your son going to do anything on the album? Is he playing an instrument on the album or anything?
Yeah. Knew it.
Not this album. He need a little more practice.
Okay, I'm just.
He's already playing on piano. He's studying in musical school, and he's playing on piano. But we think for next album we will make together, because he's just a little boy. He's interested in playing on PlayStation, to walking, run different place, playing games with his friends on the outside, so outdoor. So for it's not so interesting. He's interested in our some elements of our music. He's like this, but he's just in his child life right now. So
that makes sense, and you want to let him be a kid too, and
Yes.
let him play with his friends, or pretend he's Thor or Spider-Man or any of those kind of, or Superman, like what's on your shirt.
It's my old t-shirt,
But I would think it would be interesting when he gets older, if he gets to a point of either playing on an album or even just joining you on stage, to have the family on stage, in a live setting when he's like, I don't know, 20 or something. I think that would be really interesting to have a family unit doing, watching NYTT LAND expand.
Yes. In any case, we have family band. In the first, we have family band, because no matter on our everyday life or on the stage, we don't separate our music from our family. So it's our everyday life. Just Natasha can making borscht on kitchen, and the same time I can sit in on our home studio, and Natasha can come to me, and I can ask she to here to help me something, so I can go to make some homework, and Natasha at the same time can sit in and working with music and come in hearing it. It's not separate from our everyday life, so family life. So our music, our band, it's our family.
And that's interesting, because that makes sense, because I think, at least for me, when I listen to your music, it sounds so organic that it's just who you are. You're not trying to be like, here's NYTT LAND, and then when you walk off stage, now here we are in our home life just doing something completely different. It's like, no, we're just kind of who we are and how we express ourselves. Yes, you're gonna have the change, like with the makeup and your outfits for the stage, but it's still part of who you are. You're not trying to be something you're not. So that makes sense. Yeah, and somebody was asking about where did you come up with the name for the band?
Mm. It was very. We don't. Yes, we did not working hard on the name because it was our son just born in 2013. And our son just born. We I'm sitting make some music. Natasha running from our son to me and the back and we make something experiments. And it can be interesting. And how we name it, I don't know. We just improvisation with name. So it's we just. Yes, it was just improvisation. It's not something we spend a lot of time to call of the gods and spirits to give us. No, it's just improvisation. So we just it's a good it's a good meaning because NYTT LAND in those time was for us it's something new because before NYTT LAND we played the folk rock music, we played the like the country folk rock music with guitars, flutes, violins, and we start to make something more deep, to dig more deep to traditional, to rituals of the people of the Siberia, of the Scandinavian. Especially, we are historians. We with Natasha from State University. We are historians, not only musicians. We are also historians. And for us, it's very interesting the Scandinavian cultures and mythology and traditions. So we study it in university. We work with this in university in our works. So in NYTT LAND, we will take the Scandinavian language and what mean the new land, new territory, new horizons for us. This music was something new for us. And this is why this name, the NYTT LAND, new horizons.
Okay, there you go. For I think Ove had asked that question earlier, and you kind of touched on this about that you're historians, and so what? And we talked about this, I think, during the last interview about Natasha, how you are using like different scripts and different ancient texts and things to come up with the languages that are in the songs. So do you just keep looking through things to find new ones for like the new album, or are you just going to favorite books, or what are you pulling from?
Он имеет в виду
Откуда ты берешь тексты? У тебя есть какие-то любимые книжки? Либо ты копаешься специально и ищешь?
Эдда. В основном если это Скандинавия, то это старшая Эдда. Если это хантыйская и так далее, то это мы с Молдановым, то есть копаемся и ищем.
So, yes, Наташа, ты будешь говорить по-английски?
Нет, давай.
Natasha, she's discovering the languages. Old Norse language, it's one of the base because Natasha have some big works when she's studying in university about the Nordic cultures and Nordic traditions, not Vikings, but before Vikings periods. So in those time, Natasha start to study in the Old Norse language. We have in Russian science. We have the very good lot of the scientists who from the Soviet times who discovering the work, the Scandinavian cultures, the languages. And we have the books, the Russian Norse translators. Yeah. So yes, and books for studying the language on the Russian. We have the very good fundamentalistical books, university books for studying the Norse language. And it's so Natasha starts from university years, and after she also start to discover to learn the languages of our native tribes of Siberia. It's very difficult because it's
У них фонетика, ну, как особенно, она более природная.
yes, the phonetics of native tribes languages, it's very special. It's more native, more nature. It's not typical like the English, like the French, like the Italian, like the Russian, Slavic languages.
Не славянский, не германский.
Yes, because this language is so. Because if we will talk about the English, German, Slavic languages, we can find the rules for studying these languages. But in languages of native tribes, you just need sitting and just
crying.
and sitting and crying. Oh, how it works. So yes, and Natasha worked with the people who live in, who speaking on these languages, and they help Natasha to discover languages, and not only studying and discover languages, also for discovering the mythology and culture, the texts, because you know, in Midland we don't with all texts in Midland, it's ancient texts, lyrics. We don't make lyrics ourselves. We may not in next album. Yes, will be 2 songs that Natasha make on the it's 2 songs make on the Siberian language, Khanty. Khanty tribe language. Yes, Natasha make 2 songs for next album. It will be the first experience that Natasha make. Ну, понятно. And it will be the first experience for Newland. Natasha made their own texts on the ancient languages of native tribe of Siberia. It's tribe, Khanty tribe. So, but usually she's just discovering. She have idea and start discovering the text. They find some interesting and start to edit this text for the song, and after making songs.
Very interesting. And now I'm really interested to hear those 2 songs on the new album that come from the ancient Siberian thing that's new, something that you haven't done before. And it reminds me again of some of the Native American culture, that the language, if you go way back, it was passed down from generation to generation, so it starts to get lost. And so you can't, just like you said, there's no rules for it. So either you learn it or from the people around you, your grandparents, your great grandparents, or you just you can't really find a text about it to read. Oh, this is how you learn this language. It doesn't exist.
Yes, the same.
Yeah, that's fascinating. And before we kind of get close to wrapping things up, I know that you guys put out like a side project during the last time that we talked, and I'm probably not saying this right. It's like Akhovu.
Yes, Akhovu. Yes.
Yeah. Can you speak a little bit about that? Because it has like electronic elements built into it, which is a little different.
Yes, it's we can say it's the same like the Nikan, just with the more electronic elements, but it's the same. It's Siberian
Ethnotechno.
Ethnotechno music. Yes, it's Natasha make the lyrics for this. It's just for experiments, because sometimes we want to making something experience, and we decide not use Midland for these experiments, because Midland for us it's more something. But for this experience, we make this project Akho. Just yes, sometimes we can make some funny elements in our home studio. It's, oh, okay, it can be interesting. This is not Finland. Okay. So we can make the new project for this. Yes. Yeah, we like to work with this because it's not we don't have the great plans for this project. It's just for our, I don't know. Yes, it's just for rest, you know, just for rest. We make the songs. I can sit, make the songs, and one day, just maybe 3-4 hours. Oh, okay, song is ready. We can make the video for this.
Okay, well, and that makes sense too. That you could be working on music and you have this idea that doesn't fit NYT if it's something else, and that's what this is. So you can just kind of have this other outlet, kind of for fun, and you can just kind of work on it when you want to, and come back to it. But you brought up a question too, brought up a question to me. So are you working on another music video? Are we going to see something, either like a live clip from these concerts you've been doing, or something that you film at home for some other song? What's kind of coming up besides working on the album? Is there a music video that we're going to see?
2 videos already, waiting for release. 2 videos.
Oh.
I cannot say them more. I cannot say about these videos. Yes, it will be official videos. It will be videos for singles.
Okay.
Yes, 2 videos already waiting for release. We already sent them to Napalm Records, and we just waiting for announcements.
Okay.
Yes, 2 videos, and in any case, we will make more because just need time for this. Just need to start to make this, because right now we are working in the studio, and we cannot switch from the studio to making video. We just need to first make the album, and after we will start to make the next videos. But we already have 2 videos for 2 next releases. 2 next singles.
Well, that's something for all of us to look forward to. Then all the fans of us, that they're going to have a couple of videos at some point come out through Napalm Records. And I'm just kind of curious, does Napalm leave you guys alone? Can you make the record and then just turn it over to them, or do they kind of give you some input, like we don't really like this, or we want you to do another song?
No, they don't. No, they just can send us some ideas for the content for Instagram, for Facebook, not for our creativity, not for music, not for videos. No. It's we are very glad to work with Napalm Records, because they're very respectful for us, for our music, for our ideas, and they just support us in our music and our ideas. And yes, just if we can ask they help, because I don't have the good experience for Instagram, for Facebook, and sometimes I can ask them about some help. Can you give me some ideas what we can make for, just for this modern social? Because I'm very old man, so it's Instagram for me. It's time. So it's only in this. So, but Napalm Records don't touch us with. We don't like this. So no, we don't have this experience with them.
Well, that's awesome to hear that they're just respecting you and letting you create, and then putting the music over. Because some other labels out there that I won't mention don't do that. They're gonna nitpick what you do. They're gonna say, "How come we want another song? We need a ballad. We need whatever." And so it's great that they're just saying, "You go in your studio, create the album, send it off to us when it's done, and then we'll promote it and do what we need to do." So that's really good. And yeah, I'm like you in terms of social media, and I think we kind of talked about this before, that it's just kind of annoying. It's just, because I know I got to try to put stuff up every now and then and kind of stay relevant, and I see other people doing stuff. I'm like, "Oh, that looks kind of cool," and I don't know how to do that. And I'm just kind of so I'll just do the best that I can with what I have. And I think it's really cool, though. I think the other piece with Napalm is that obviously they put you in front of their audience. So, I mean, they have so many wonderful bands signed to their label. And it's interesting, too, that I think that there's, that metal community has rallied around you guys. So it's like as soon as they saw your video, and I know that's how I first heard about you. I was like, who is this? And I was watching, and I was just sucked into your music. And I was like, I got to listen to the rest of it. That's when I obviously bought the CD. And I remember, I think I showed it last time. I got one of those autographed copies. So it's here somewhere. And but no, I think it's great that they're widening the types of bands that they sign to their labels so that they can get more exposure. And I'm just kind of curious too, are there any, like if I want a fan out there wanted to buy merchandise, can they get it directly from you guys, or does it come strictly from Napalm's people?
So right now it's little hard to buy it directly from us because we cannot send it. We cannot send it from Russia, and the people cannot pay us from the another part of the world to us, to our Russian banks, to our bank accounts. So yes, for now it's a more simple way to buy the merchandise on Napalm Records site, and they also can find it on our concerts. So usually we have merchandise. So, and also they can buy it on Napalm Records and bring to our concert to make the signs. So yes, so now it's better from Napalm Records or on the concerts.
Okay, that also makes sense. Sometimes there's bands that are in international countries where I can actually get something from them, and the other ones, just like you described, especially when it comes to the currency, the exchange thing doesn't work through some of the sites that we use over here in the U.S. And trying to mail stuff.
Yes, international bank transfers right now it's not working with Russia, so just one problem.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to kind of end this with a question between like the two of you, because we kind of talked about this last time. I was looking at the interview we did back in September, and I had asked you how long you had been married, and you had to talk to each other to try to figure out how many years it had been. How many years has it been now?
10 years this July. Yes, 2 weeks ago it was 10 years. Yes.
Oh, well, happy anniversary then.
Yeah.
And so does 10 years have special significance in Siberian culture and history?
10 лет официально, то есть.
Он про другое спрашивает. Can you repeat your question, please?
Like in America, your 10-year wedding anniversary is actually like a symbol for it. I don't know. Maybe someone in the chat could help me out.
I understand what you mean.
Yeah,
no, I don't know. We don't know how it's called here. We just okay, 10 years. It's great. Let's drink some whiskey.
Yeah, I was just going to ask, how did you celebrate? So did you have dinner and whiskey?
Yeah, no, we bought Jim Beam, and and playing in Mortal Kombat. So drink Jim Beam and play Mortal Kombat. Yes.
Okay, no, that sounds like a great anniversary.
Yes, it's sometimes we need to relax, and it's for us. It's we don't. Oh no, we just people living and. We are true Vikings. We are not. No, we drink whiskey and we play in PlayStation. It's okay.
So there you go, folks. They're people too, and they do things like maybe you might do as well. Maybe you're playing video games tonight. I don't know while you're listening to this, depending on where you're at. Well, Natalya and Anatoly, thank you so much for taking the time again tonight. Morning for you over there, afternoon or whatever. I always enjoy talking with you guys, and anytime you want to come back on, if you want to talk about some the concerts or when the videos are getting ready to drop, I would love to connect with you guys, and I'll make sure that we work out the time to get the time zone right. So
it's a good tradition because we are very glad to see you, to speak with, to talk with you. Yes, it's it's already good tradition, you know. It's to speak with all good friends. So.
Well, I appreciate it, and I feel the same way. And yeah, I look forward to the next time that we connect. And everybody in the chat, thank you for watching and for your questions. And please subscribe to my channel, like the video, go to NYTT LAND's YouTube channel if you haven't already. Subscribe to their channel, go to their Instagram, their Bandcamp, you know, Napalm, everything. The links are in the YouTube description. I put them in there. And again, thank you so much for taking the time. Have a great Saturday over there. And again, Natalya, hopefully that you feel better and get over COVID completely. I had it a couple months ago and it wasn't very fun. So, but yeah, thank you so much, and have a good day over there.
Thank you.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.